Well, just an absolute world of my own. Am I am. I'm on. Good evening, everyone. I was planning to be on a bit earlier tonight, and this is just a pre-warning. We've had power cuts here. I don't know if it's something to do. We've got this storm coming over from America. I have no idea if it's doing that, or they're just testing the system. But the power's been popping for the last half an hour, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, if I just disappear from this live, like instantly gone, the live's ended. That's why, because we probably had a power cut. Anyway, it seems to have been all right for the last 15 minutes or so. I've just been sat on my Wi-Fi not Wi-Fi, my whatever mobile data, posting, waiting for it to see if it's sorting itself out. Anyway, it seems all right. So I'm here. I'm only going to be on though, guys, for what am I going to be on for? About 45 minutes or so till about 45 minutes or so till like 25 to 22. I'm ready for bed, to be honest with you. I have not stopped. What have I done today? I did a live this morning. After that live, I drove the dogs to the dog groomers. After that, I then drove the dog groomers to the gym. I trained in the gym. Trained with my mate Dan, and Dan's doing my bathroom for me, my new shower room, bathroom. We live in a bungalow, and basically, like, we've got a shower room, which we call my bathroom. So it's just basically toilet, sink, and a shower. And then we've got an ensuite, and our ensuite actually has our bath in it, which is more like the family bathroom, as it were, even though it's attached to our bedroom. Anyway, it's the shower room, which is my bathroom. So that's getting ripped out. Anyway, we went to B&Q after the gym, and we've ordered all the tiles and everything, because that's plumber's in tomorrow. Dan's not the plumber. Plumber's in tomorrow, and my mate Will's. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Mates rates. My mate Will's in tomorrow to do the first bit, plumbing all the bits and pieces in. And then Dan's in, when's Dan in? Friday, tiling, and then Will's back next Monday, I think, to do all the fixtures and fittings, toilet, sink, shower. Anyway, having it done as a wet room, just in case, in the future I can't walk, or if we ever do move out. If we ever move out of here, we'll be moving into my mum's house. My mum might come in here. So again, wet room for my mum because of mobility issues. So there we go. That's what we're on. So I've done that. Then I went over to Food Warehouse, and I bought pretty much all, so 50 quid on all of the new My Protein range that's coming in January. I'm a bit late. It's been out a few weeks now, but I'm trying to work through all these new foods. There's only when you're on a weight loss journey and you want to review food, it doesn't quite work. You see a lot of these these food reviewers, and they end up pretty chunks. There's a reason for that. Even ready meals and stuff have calories and stuff like that. So when you try to do that, and also I don't there's nothing wrong with eating ready meals. They're a decent option for a lot of us, but I like cooking from fresh. I do like eating lots of, I like making my own sort of chicken and different dishes and this, that, and the other. So it's a bit about balance, really. Anyway, but it's about 50 quid on like loads of new My Protein bits and pieces. And then, so I got home from that. Then I've been sort of working, went to pick the dogs up, unloaded the car because it was full of tiles. Then realised I'd not gone to Pets at Home to get the dog. So I've gone up to next to Blackpool Airport, if anyone knows Squires-Gate Park. Went to Aldi, of course, went to Food Warehouse, had a little scan in JD, thought I might treat myself, didn't, resisted. Skid till I get paid next week. Well, this week, actually, Friday. So I didn't, and then forgot. So I come home and I had to go all the way back again to get the dog some food. Anyway, it's just been one of them days today. Why is it so cold? Is this I don't know where everyone else is. Has anyone else knows how cold it's gone today? Is this that storm that they've got in America where it's like minus 35 and it's like just nipped across it and we're just getting the tail end of it or something like that? Because it has been Baltic today. Don't get me wrong, doesn't matter what the weather is. The boss is in shorts, right? The boss is always in shorts, but it is cold. It has been absolutely Baltic today. It really, really has. And it says tomorrow around here, 6 degrees, but when you click on it, it says feels like -3. So I think it's going to get flipping colder. What's going on? Kevin Betty, YouTube. Good evening, mate. Let's do top 5 on TikToks. Let's see who's Let's see who's knocking about this evening. Losing at number 1. Callum's in at number 2. Paul is in at number 3. Kelly C is in at number 4. And Lisa is in at number 5. Good evening, guys. You're on my top 5 this evening. Thank you very much for joining the live. Coming and saying hello. Clary Fairy, Freight. I don't know. Evening. That might be corrected further down as I go down. I had some Hunger Demons today, but fought it. Very good, Anis. That's what you need to do sometimes. Sometimes it's a case of gritting your through and just getting at it. I'm on one of my 1,600 calorie days. My last legal 1,600 calorie days. I'm quite enjoying doing these 1,600 calorie day content. Next week, I will be doing a 1,600 calorie day with food. Well, on top of that, there will be 600 calories worth of protein shakes going in. So officially, I'm lying that I'm having 1,600 calories in a day. But I'm going to try and I'm not going to stop the content, if that makes sense. Or should I? Like, am I being not facetious? What's the word? Not devious. Am I being fake? I don't want to be classed as fake, but why I do these 1,600 calorie days is, for me, on a Monday, it's fine, but I just want to show examples. Like, so many people are trying to eat ridiculously low amounts of calories, and 1,600 calories is low. It's a low amount of calories, but I just want to show that, like, if you're going to eat 1,600 calories a day, this is what you need to be eating: volume, protein, fiber. Right? That's kind of what I'm trying to show with him. And I don't really want to stop that because of my own goals. So I'm kind of going to be a little bit snide. I mean, I talk about it on my lives. So if any of you guys follow me on my lives, you'll be like, he's lying there. He's not eating 600 calories a day. He's had 2,200 because I know he's got 600 calories worth of protein shakes on top of that. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone even understands why I'm not tracking to the thing. I've explained it. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys. It makes sense in my head. Loads of things make sense in my head, but they don't make sense when I tell other people. But anyway, there we go. Sheila H, good evening. Who else is in this evening? It's that electric bill, mate. You need more clients. I flipping do. Come on, get signed up. TikTok profile, Facebook page, YouTube page. You've got a week and a half to take advantage of my half price offer. So half price sign up. So it's just 15 quid to get on board. We'll start you on Monday. And then it's $29.99 for 3 months, but you'll get a 4th month free. All right. So you get 4 months for the price of 3 and half price sign up at the moment using code New Year, New Me. All right. Then I can pay the electric bill. So come get signed up. Come get on board. Let me scan up, see what I'm missing. Callum, only had 800 calories today. What? Just been busy and not hungry. We'll have something after this, though. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, 800 is really, really low. I've not finished eating today. I've kind of made out I finished eating on live. I signed off the video, but I've still got my Whey Whip bowl to go. So currently, as we sit here now, I'm on about 1,300 calories, something like that for today, which is a 700 calorie chicken dinner, 125 calorie protein shake, and 480 calorie my protein ready meal. That's it. That's all I've eaten today. And then I've got my protein Whey Whip bowl, which is 30 grams whey protein mixed with 50 ml of water. Actually, I've mixed it with 60 ml of water, 200 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt, or 175 grams. Can't remember whatever was left in the tub I used. 75 grams of blueberries, 10 grams of honey. And I can't wait to eat it. Even everyone, just messaging Neil, didn't realise you were on the live. Nicole, it's all right. I think I know what you've asked. I've actually done it. I don't know why I've not sent it yet. I'll have to go through my notes and find it. I know you wanted it writing down what I said. Leave it with me. I have done it. I've done it, and then obviously got distracted somewhere. I'll find it and I'll ping it to you. It'll probably be tomorrow, but I have done it. All right. I think that's what you're asking anyway. I sort of saw the first little gist of it, if that makes sense. It is freezing. It really is freezing. Freezing here. Yeah, it's so cold. It's bloody freezing in Las Vegas. Are you in Las Vegas? Did you tell me you're going to Las Vegas, Andrew? You might have done. It is cold in Las Vegas. It will be cold in Las Vegas this time. We went to Las Vegas in April 2023. And as we were driving in, so we drove in from San Diego, it was snowing. 2 days later, it was 30 degrees. It was absolutely baking hot. But we went to Las Vegas. The first time I went to Las Vegas was over New Year in 2019, and it was cold. And we had to go to, you just think of Las Vegas being a desert, it's always sun shining, this, that, and the other. Yeah, we went for New Year's Eve, and I had to get a taxi to the outlet, like their version of Cheshire Oaks, to go to North Face to buy some fleece, because I think I took a jacket, but when I say it was cold, it was like -4 or -5 at night time. I didn't have a clue it'd be so cold. Bloody brilliant place though. I hope if you are there, I hope you took your checkbook. Mr. Foster, did you tell me about it? No, it's a name for Castleford. All right, Cas Vegas. I was like, Mr. Foster, if you've got to Vegas without telling me, I'd be very upset. But it will be cold in Las Vegas. It will be probably very cold in Castleford as well. Cas Vegas. I like that. I like that. Do you have a lot of casinos there? No, it's just what we call it. Jackie's in. Good evening. I'm hoping I've got my calorie amount. Things will move. Lost 3 pounds on and off since November. Lisa, look, at the end of the day, you're just not being consistent sticking to your calories. That is the honest truth. Now, whether your calories are right or not, or whether you've just not been calorie counting and using MJ just as the tool and it's not working as efficiently as it should be, I don't know. But you've got your calories now. You stick to the calories I give you. Week in, week out, you should lose at least ½ pound, even with the steps. All right. So we'll see where you get to with that. I know you're not on plan. I know you're just in the community, but you can obviously come on any of the lives and keep me up to date. I don't think it's deceptive. That's the word, deceptive. You're showing what people can eat for 1,600 calories. Doesn't mean you have to stick to that. Yeah, but I do like to set the example, if that makes sense. And don't get me wrong, since I've been doing these 16, I have literally on a Monday been eating 1,600 calories. It's just that from Monday, my goal's slightly changing from, it's still going to be a smidge weight loss because I'm still putting myself in a little calorie deficit, but I'm just changing my goal for 10 weeks, which, is going to happen. So yes, I'm a weight loss coach, and yes, I want to, and I've wondered hard about it because I want to inspire you. Oh, connection lost. Honestly, something's going on am I still on? Stick me a thumbs up if I'm still on. But there's something definitely going on with our not internet, electric at the moment. I never get connection lost on the Restream software. Anyway, keep them, mate. They're really useful. Protein shakes are different. Yeah, okay, mate. I will do. And I want to do a few more. Like when I say a few more, it's hard work, Phil, because you forget to do. So the other day I was doing a 2,000 calorie one and I forgot to film tea. And I was like, I've done it and I forgot to film tea. So anyway, but I will keep. When you get any carrot tattoo, you already got it, mate. Already got it. I got a transfer off Amazon. It's on. I'm not going to tell you where it is. No, I've got it already. What a 10 days. And I'm allowed to smile because it's been a really crap few years. Well, I say crap few years. We've won a couple of trophies and this, that, and the other. It's not that bad. There's some teams that absolutely kill to be in the position we're in. But for our standards, it's been a bit rubbish, really. And very, a bit horrible. But anyway, is the light at the end of the tunnel? Absolutely not. I'm not one of them fans where I'm like, oh, sign him up straight away, give him the contract. But it's been a nice 10 days. Anyway, there you go. What's your worth in calories when you finally put it live? Really interested in the lentil pouches. Much prefer biltong over jerky, though. So, yeah, the lentil pouches, I was not buzzing for them whatsoever. I don't know why. I expected them to be grainy, like quite hard. Don't know why. I'm not a massive. I'm a bit miss with things like lentils and stuff like that. They're just not my favorite sort of thing. Pleasantly surprised at them. Maybe because I was going into them with such like trepidation. I was listening like, it was going to be absolutely shy. Maybe because I was going into them with that sort of attitude. They were better than they were. But that little dish I made with chicken and bacon and stuff, that was really nice for a change. It really, really was. Jerky and biltong, not for me. Jerky, absolutely love beef jerky. I love it. A really good beef jerky is top tier. Yeah, really, really love it. Biltong, I think that's the first time I've ever had it. So I can't like say whether it was a good one or not. I assume it's not, because it's, and I don't mean that as disrespectful to Aldi, but they do compromise probably a little bit of quality in some circumstances, not all circumstances. I think some of their specially selected range is fantastic, you know, it really, really is. But certain things, if they're a bit cheap, you know, good pack of Biltong, like you get the Jack Links one and it's like £3. You know, they do duck jerky in M&S. I've never bought it because it's £4 a packet. I do want to try it though. But jerky, I love it. But the Biltong was, yeah, it weren't for me really in the end. I get mine from South African bloke I work with. Yeah, it is. It's a South African thing, isn't it? And it's on another level compared to the. Yeah, I bet. I would love to try like we went when we were in America. That trip I said where we drove from San Diego we stopped at this massive service station on part of Route 66 it was, and it specialized in different jerkies, and it's jerky that it was unbelievably good. It was so good again, and that's compared to like what you might class as the expensive stuff over here. So yeah, there's all different. You know, you're back. I really want to like it. You've never just never found a good. Yeah, you're back. I really want to like it. All right, with the disconnection. Yeah, I love jerky. I love the bacon one. Is it Kings? Kings, K-I-N-G. Oh, I just told you how to spell Kings. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the brand is Kings. They do a bacon jerky. It's just literally cold bacon, but it's really good. It's really good. Bacon in any shape or form is just really good, isn't it? Let's be completely honest. You know what I mean? Is that Buc-ee's? It wasn't a Buc-ee's. I would have loved to have gone to a Buc-ee's. No, I don't think there is. I'm not sure there are ones in Nevada. Or you forget with America, it's all about states. Like each state's like a country, and each state has its own type of burgers and different like service station or supermarkets. That obviously you've got your massive ones like your Targets and your Walmarts that are all over America, but no, I think it was actually an independent service station, but it was huge. It was huge. It did beef jerky. I've said we love driving on holidays. I love driving in different countries and having a mooch about and seeing what's what. And it's on my bucket list. I'd love to just drive across America for 3 months. Just like literally pick a car up somewhere and just wind my way through the whole country. It's such an amazing place. Can you recommend a good pork sausage? I like Aldi ones, but they're a bit herby. They are. So what? It's tricky. Honestly, it is really tricky. With like, obviously fat is flavor. Fat is flavor, especially with pork. The flavor in pork fat. I'm not really asked about beef fat. I don't think it has a great flavor. You know, I don't know if anyone does, but I don't eat the fat off steak or anything like that. I'm not interested. But pork fat, from the fat on bacon, if it's nice and crispy, to pork scratchings, to crackling, you know, well, not pork scratchings is basically crackling, but it's so tasty. Lean pork has zero flavor. It is very, very low on the flavor front, similar to like chicken breast. Doesn't have a lot of flavor, you know. So obviously when you get something like a low-fat pork sausage, they're going to use a leaner cut. So they are, and I get it, they are very like to replace the flavor from fat. They do make them quite herby. I like them, but I know what you mean. They can get very, yeah. Do you know what? In all honesty, and sausages are calorific. I would, if you want a good pork sausage, right, that's not going to be stupidly high in fat, local butchers. I guarantee, go to local butchers and ask them how they make them. Just say, look, I'm on a bit of a weight loss journey. Butchers are pride. That's, you know, my local butcher is amazing. And when I started my weight loss journey, they actually made me a chicken, sage, and onion low-fat sausage. And they're delicious. I put them in my pictures quite a lot. But like, where do you get that sausage from? It looks ace. I'm like, my local butchers make it. But like, even their full-fat pork sausage, they use quite you know, they're not cheap. They're an expensive sausage, but they use a quality cut of meat, and they don't use as much fat as like if you went to Tesco and got a Tesco Finest, because they're like 170 calories a sausage. By the time you're 3 sausages deep, you're like nearly 600 calories. don't get me wrong, if it's a higher calorie day and if you had half a pack of Idaho and mash and a Yorkie poured in a bit, you're still only going to be at 1,000 calories. But 1,000 calories of sausage mash, onion gravy, it's steep, isn't it? It is steep, you know. Right, let me scan down and see what's going on. Pepperoni's thoughts, please, Neil. Do you mean pepperonis? Pepperoni, yes, love it. Pepperamis, yeah, I love them. Absolutely love them. Hey, look, I'm not going to sit here and go, they're not a highly processed. Yeah, they're ultra processed. Won't cause you any harm. You know, remember, the only thing that causes harm is overconsumption. Are they good calorie to protein wise for a meat stick, as they're meant to be? Not really. You get about 5 grams of protein for over 100 calories. Are they tasty? Yes. Do I enjoy them? Yeah, I have them every now and then, you know. So it depends when you say thoughts. Like, I love a pepperoni, you know, it's a bit of an animal. Started home workouts and feel so good and being able to stay consistent. Love that. Yeah, you can work out at home. Not for me, but that's because the way I like to work out, I couldn't really work out at home. I could actually. This where I'm sat now was at one point a complete, fully fitted out gym. It's not anymore, but it's good what it's at now. Does that make sense? Right, let me scan down to him. I don't think I've missed anything. I don't think I have. You know. Is protein powder shakes really necessary? They're just, Neil, to be honest with you, mate, great name. They're just a really quick, easy look. At the end of the day, a high protein diet for me is a necessity for a weight loss journey. Why? Because it fills us up. It helps to control appetite. Why we struggle to control calories is because, you know, things like being hungry all the time. And obviously, when we're in a calorie deficit, we are cutting back. You know, we are cutting back. And sometimes it's just psychological. Sometimes it's just a case of, you know, you could actually eat more food in a calorie deficit than when you're getting when you're putting a few pounds on. Because if you go for lower calorie foods, you're going to get a lot more volume, right? But you know, at the end of the day, protein for me, a high protein diet really is one of the best tools we can use. I think tracking calories is the biggest tool, followed probably by using a good calorie structure and then protein. Get that protein in, get that fiber in, get that volume in. And variety is the spice of life, so they're not a necessity. Where a lot of people go wrong is they think certain things cause fat loss. Nothing causes fat loss other than consuming less calories than you burn. That's it. Nothing else causes fat loss. Not water, not protein, not fiber, not balancing your hormones like loads of people going about, not, you know, making sure. I've got disconnected again. It's doing my nutting. I'm sorry if I've gone. Hopefully I'll be back. Anyway, yeah, not protein, not fiber, not all the. What causes fat loss is consuming less calories than we burn. What we then need to do is put tools into place to help us control our calories so we stick to a deficit. That is the most important thing, right? And, you know, a high protein diet fills us up. And one of the quickest, easiest ways to get a hit of protein in the body is just a protein shake. It doesn't even need to be like I say, I mix whey protein into porridge. I mix it into yogurt. I mix it into flapjacks that I bake, right? I mix it into, I have protein shakes, you know? So I have it in a variety of ways. I've never used whey protein powder. It's a sweet thing, really, for me personally. I've never used it in any savory dishes. So I used to be able to get flavorless whey powder. There wasn't any flavor. That was basically for cooking. But, you know, I always, you know, if I make like my peanut butter and banana peanut butter protein muffins, you know, I'll use like the carrot cake protein powder because the nutmeg and the cinnamon and all that, it just works so well with it, with banana and peanut butter, you know. So it's not a necessity, but it's just a cheap, easy, convenient way. Are protein shakes low in calories? Yeah, they are. So, like, you know, compared to the amount of protein you get, yeah, absolutely. Look, at the end of the day, you make a protein shake. If you have 25, if you have a 30-gram scoop of protein, you're going to be at 110 calories. you have 60 grams scoop of protein, you're at 220. If you have 90 grams of scoop of protein, you're at 330 calories. What do you class as low calorie? Use a good quality protein shake. You can just mix it with water. So I had a shake this morning, 35 grams, just mixed with water, 122 calories, 26 grams of protein. Bang, that was my breakfast done. Yeah, done and dusted, 120 odd calories. Right. So yeah, a good quality protein powder is at the end of the day, protein's 4 calories a gram. And you can see how little other things. So like I got 27 grams of protein for my protein shake. So 27 times 4 is what? 80, 108. And the whole shake was 122 calories. So there's 14 calories of other bits in there. So you can have some emulsifiers in there. You can have some thickeners in there. I won't buy a protein shake unless it's got a thickener in it because I don't want a watery shake. I don't like them, Thickener nowadays, pretty much all thickeners is pretty much guar gum, right? So guar gum is literally a plant extract, right? It's just a plant extract. So anyone says, oh, you shouldn't be consuming that. It's a plant extract. Every time you eat any vegetable, you will consume guar gum. And this is an insoluble fiber. So you've got soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. And insoluble fiber just goes straight through your system. You don't take any nutrition from it, but it will pick up loads of cancerous cells as it's going along and flush your gut out. All right. So I won't buy protein powder unless it's got guar gum in it. Right. Because I don't demonize food and I have a clear context and understanding of what additives are, right, and how they work. Now, don't get me wrong. If you consume lots and lots of guar gum, it is an insoluble fiber. It goes straight through the system. Lots and lots of that will give you the shits, right? But I don't eat lots and lots of it because I don't overconsume it. I have it. It might be in my protein shakes. It might be in, I don't know, so, a Muller Light yogurt or something like that I might consume every now and then. Yeah. I'll have a look now. Thank you. Not a problem at all. Performance best brand. I've seen loads of people actually selling it on TikTok Shop recently at a good price, like 48 quid for a big tub. You don't need to buy a big tub. All right. They do smaller tubs, but Perform's my favorite, what does your one-to-one monthly plan involve? Basically, you get a full tailored plan from me, right? It's based around calories and everyday movement. I don't ask you to do any exercise. I don't ask you to crash diet. I don't ask you to eat any foods that you don't want to eat. You get a tailored plan around calories and making sure your everyday movement is optimal for you and your weight loss journey. So if you come to me and like, I can't, I'm disabled, I can't do it, right, fine. We'll take that into account, right? I don't just go, right, everyone's going to do 15,000 steps a day. No, I don't do that. It's tailored to you, all right? So you get a plan to follow. I'll then guide you. You then get a guide as well on how to improve your overall diet. Alongside it, how to build foods that you love in. So if you sign up today, you'll start on plan on Monday. And if you want to have a Chinese a week on Saturday, I'll teach you how to enjoy a Chinese while losing weight, while not feeling guilty about it. That's my whole mantra. Like, I'm not going to tell you can eat Chinese 7 days a week, right? Yeah, not a problem. Go on plan with Neil. You can just eat every single night like you have been doing. No, right? But I'll teach you how to. There's no crash dieting, no extremes. You get a full tailored plan to follow. And the big value of the plan is you get me. So you get to check in with me every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you'll send all your bits and pieces over. I'll put those into your progress sheet. We'll have a little look. You can tell me exactly how your last 2 weeks has gone. If you need me in between check-ins, you can WhatsApp me. You get my personal WhatsApp. I don't have 2 phones, 3 phones. There's no one else. There's just me. You WhatsApp me. I answer it, right? Now, don't get me wrong, because I've got a lot of clients and I'm not, if you answer me, if you message me at 10 o'clock Tuesday morning, it might be 4 or 5 o'clock Tuesday afternoon by the time I get back to you. But the plan's $29.99 a month. Right, so if you want to pay me £100 a month, I'll message everyone back within an hour. Anyone that wants messaging back within an hour, £100 a month, I'll message you back within an hour. Right, but I charge a very affordable price. So because of that, I have to work with a lot of people to pay the bills. So I just ask for a little bit of patience with that. But yeah, to check in with me every other Friday. You get to message me whenever you want. You get a full community. There's nearly 400 people in the community. WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups. I do weight loss coaching lives for the community that you can come and join in. I do Zoom sessions in the community that you can come and join in on. You get loads. Honestly, you get loads and loads and loads. I'm currently in the process of creating the 100 Club, right? And I'm going to get some merch for that. So basically, 100. I've got 20, 30, 40, 50 clients that have lost over £100. So I'm currently creating like a Hall of Fame. So I'm currently creating a 100 Club, right? And then I'm also going to create a 150 Club. Now the 150 Club is probably about 12 at the moment. I think I had a little scan through. That means I've had 12 clients lost over £150, over 10 stone on my plan, right? So I'm in the midst of creating a 100 Club. And I'm going to get a little pack put together. So when you get to the 100 Club, you'll get your little pack. Anyone that's hit £100, once I've got all this sorted out, give me a couple of weeks. I'll try it and then I'll order a bit of merch. Right, and you'll be in the RLB 100 Club, RLB 150 Club, RLB 200 Club. 2 members. I've had 2 members on plan. They're not with me anymore. They've flown the nest and they're doing their own thing now. That have lost over £200 on my plan. Right, so that's basically what you get. So don't think I'll ever be in the 100 Club. I'll be too skinny, probably. Well, do you know what? That's another thing I've been thinking about, because there's not everyone that comes on my plan that needs to lose 7 stone. So maybe I'll do a 50 Club as well. Maybe I'll do a 50 Club as well. Leave it with me. It's just stuff that's been going through my mind a little bit, of sort of rewarding you guys for hitting some amazing goals. Yeah. Best thing I've ever done joining the one-to-one, Callum. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you want to ask about the one-to-one, ask on here. A lot of people in this live now are on plan with me. But if you want to come on board and you're struggling, TikTok profile, Facebook page, YouTube page, you don't even need to be struggling. You could actually be doing all right on your weight loss journey, but you just need some accountability and a shoulder to just lean on a little bit. You know, all those random questions you got in your head, or, you know, you're talking to your friend at work and she starts putting demons in your head, talking about different diets or different food, then you can just WhatsApp me and then I'll put it straight for you, you know? So TikTok page, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp me if you want to. I'll send you all the details. It's currently 15 quid to sign up. And then I'm currently doing 4 months for the price of 3. So it's $29.99 a month. As for a minimum 3 months commitment, then it's just a rolling contract. So if you've completed 3 months, you can stick with me for the next 10 years if you want to, but it just becomes a rolling contract. So you can cancel whenever you want after your first 3 months. But currently, after your first 3 months, you get your 4th month free. Just come get signed up. The sooner you sign up, the sooner you get on plan. So as you sign up before Wednesday dinner time, I'll start you on Monday. We'll get you going. 2nd of Feb, boom, you're in. You're on plan. You'll get your plan this Thursday. And you're all good. You're all good to go. Yeah, you're all good. You'll be all good to go, and we'll get you going. Stop struggling. If you're struggling, stop it. Chuck 15 quid in, $29.99 a month, and we'll sort you out. You know, a maintenance club, separate WhatsApp for assistance with maintenance. Happily pay extra. Yeah, maybe. I know what you're saying there, Alice, but the journey's the same. When you're maintaining, the journey's the same. Nothing changes. You just consume more calories. That's it. Steps, protein, fiber. The tools that I teach you are tools for life, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, or maintain your weight, right? It's the same thing, right? It's protein, it's fiber, it's calorie structure, calorie control, movement. The difference is, instead of consuming 3,500, instead of consuming 14,000 calories a week, you're now eating 17,000. That's the difference. And at some point in time, you will go back into a deficit. What? I don't want to go back into a deficit once I get going. Well, what about after Christmas? For the rest of my life, I'm going to put fat on at Christmas, irrelevant of where I'm at. For the rest of my life, January, or at some point after Christmas, unless I go on holiday straight after Christmas, might happen, but at some point in my life, what was I saying? No, at every point, yeah, I will always be, for the rest of my life, in a calorie deficit after Christmas. Always. I'll always be in a calorie deficit after every holiday. Because every holiday I go on, I will gain 3 or 4 pounds of body fat. And when I get back from holiday, I will put myself into a calorie deficit to get rid of it. Maintaining your weight is not about always being in maintenance, right? Just like losing weight is not about always being in a calorie deficit. When we want to lose weight, we're on the weight loss phase of the journey. The aim is to be in a calorie deficit more often than not, right? So even when you're in a weight loss phase, you will still spend some time in a calorie maintenance and you'll still spend some time in a calorie surplus, but you want to be in a calorie deficit more often than not. Once you hit your goal and then you decide just to maintain your weight, you basically swap deficit for maintenance. So more often than not, you're going to be in a maintenance. But there's also going to be periods of time where you're going to be in a deficit and a surplus. So, for example, you're in a weight loss phase. You might spend 42 weeks of the year calorie deficit. You then might spend 6 weeks of the year calorie maintenance, right? And 4 weeks of the year calorie surplus. Yeah. Now I've hit my goal and I'm going into a calorie maintenance. Now you might spend 42 weeks of the year calorie maintenance. You then might spend 4 weeks of the year calorie surplus, which means you're probably going to spend 6 weeks of the year in a calorie deficit. Right? See what I mean? So you'll never not for a whole year not being, unless you literally don't do anything that's a bit overindulgent, unless you just track all the way through Christmas, track all the way through holidays. But you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't. Right, let me scan down and see if I've missed anything. And I'm going shortly. Is there anything to worry about? Too much natural sugars, or is it just added sugar to keep an eye on? I just lump them all together, really. So we've got 3 types of sugars really that we consume. One's lactose, which is the naturally occurring sugar in dairy. Number 2 is fructose, which is the naturally occurring sugar in fruit. And then third one, sucrose, which is added sugar. So that's like from sugar cane, and it's processed into white sugar that you might add into cakes and stuff like that. I'll be totally honest with you, right? There is actually no evidence anywhere to show that sugar is inherently bad for our health. No, it causes diabetes. No, it doesn't. No, high levels of visceral fat causes type 2 diabetes, right? Unless it's hereditary, right? Or a high saturated fat diet, right? So you could eat, if you have a very high saturated fat diet in a calorie maintenance, you'll probably end up, you get fatty liver and you might end up with type 2 diabetes, or it's certainly very much pre-diabetic. Anyway, there's actually no evidence anywhere that sugar consumed within RDA ranges causes any health issues. Refined sugar, added sugar, what you would call unnatural sugar. It's all natural sugar. It's just we're not talking lactose or fructose, talking caster sugar. Nothing. You go look for it. And I'm talking evidence. I'm not talking articles. Whenever I ask people on social media, can you show me any evidence that this is bad for us? They'll pin some random article that some professor's written or some scientist or doctor's written. That's an article. That's not a meta-analysis. That's not a study. Right? And meta-analysis is an analysis of several studies. That's the best data, right? But it's not an independent study. It's not a human trial study, right? It's just an article. I could literally now, there's no regulation. I could literally now write an article that lettuce is bad for us. And I could go into it and go, did you know lettuce contains the chemical such and such? That chemical is also found in crude oil. So basically, when you consume lettuce, you are consuming the same chemical makeup that is in crude oil that when it spills out of tankers and the tank, it suffocates and kills birds and this, that, and the other. You're putting that into your body. What's wrong with you? And suddenly people are scared of eating frigging lettuce. And I could write an article like that and put it up because I put 2 and 2 together and made 6, right? And there's no regulation. There's absolutely no regulation. There's no authorities that will come knocking on my door and go, this is false information, right? this and even the only regulation would be you've printed false information. You need to put a public apology. Oh, sorry, I got my facts, and I put it in a little small writing in the same magazine. You'll never see it, right? That is the issue. But refined sugars, added sugars, caster sugar, there's no evidence, right, that says if we consume it, that it will cause us any major issues. The problem is most foods that contain added sugar or refined sugar are lack nutrition. They're basically what we might call empty calories. So if we're spending a lot of calories on empty calories, it means we're not getting as much nutritious food in as we should. And if we're not getting as much nutritious food in as we should, overall, our diet isn't supporting our health, right? That's it. But we have all these massive panics. Should I worry about this? You shouldn't worry about anything. At the end of the day, like, as long as you're not over consuming anything, and the RDA rules are there for a reason, and they're pretty decent. And the RDA for sugar is 90 grams a day, 18 teaspoons a day. As long as you've not got diabetes or any sort of medical conditions where eating 90 grams of sugar a day. And I just lump sugar together. Now, don't get me wrong. If you eat lactose, right, that is going to be combined with lots of protein, calcium, magnesium, things like that. If you eat lots of fructose, generally that's going to be combined with lots of fibers and vitamins and other minerals, right? And if you eat lots of refined sugar, that's going to be combined with what? Saturated fat, chocolate, biscuits, cake, generally. Do you know what I mean? So that's the main issue with consuming lots of sugar. Most people that overconsume refined sugars just have an overall really shit diet, right? So there's absolutely no need to, do you know what I mean? And people will fearmonger. God, the comments I've got, the couple of yogurt posts I put on recently of people panicking about sugars. Yeah, but they're full of sugars. Yeah, but they're full of sugars. Yeah, but they're full of sugars. Nothing's full of sugar. I don't think it's full of sugar in the supermarket. It's a bag of Tate and Lyle, right? Now, don't get me wrong, some Greek yogurts do have some added sugar in there. And again, that's not inherently bad. The issue is if it's got added sugar in there, that means there's more carbs, it means there's less protein. And the whole reason I eat yogurt is for protein. I don't eat Greek yogurt. I mean, I like it when it's mixed with fruit and whey protein powder and a bit of stevia and granola on top. I absolutely love it. But I don't eat Greek yogurt because it lights my flipping world up. You know, if someone said Greek yogurt's full of protein, it's low calorie, full of protein, or you can eat this piece of cake that's got the same calories and the same. I'll have the cake, please, as long as it tastes good. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, you don't need to worry about. You don't need to worry about it. You genuinely don't. Yeah. You know, right? Let me see. I'm going shortly. I'm going very, very, very shortly. I've been enjoying a large bowl of fruit with a little bit of honey past few days, so it's high sugar. It's not high. Like, don't get me wrong. I know it might log up as red. Like my yogurt bowls, right? My yogurt bowls that I have more sugar in them, right? If we take lactose, fructose, and added sugars, because there is in the granola, got honey, got fruit, got lactose in the yogurt. Let me tell you the sugar content in my yogurt bowls, right? And by the way, all my health markers are tip top. Right? I'm nearly 46 years of age, and my blood's done 3 months ago. HbA1c, bob on. LDL cholesterol, bob on. HDL cholesterol, bob on. Blood pressure, bob on. Resting heart rate, perfect. Right? And my yogurt bowls, and I generally have one of these a week, a day, right? I probably have 5 of these a week, right? And how do I change? Oh, God, I ain't. Let me get the app up. When you're used to using the app for NutriCheck and you go to the desktop, it's absolutely horrible. Let's see if it'll boot up. Here it is. Right, let me go to Saturday. I had a monster yogurt bowl on Saturday. And why can't I change that? Why can I change it on the app? but I can't change it on the thing. Let me go to diary preferences. Let me go to nutrient choices. Let me put sugar in there. Thank you. Is we save now? Let me go back now and see if that's showing me what I want to see. It is right. So that yogurt bowl had 45 grams of sugar in it. 45 grams of sugar. A can of Coke, full fat can of Coke, has 36 grams of sugar in it. So my yogurt bowl has 9 grams of sugar in it. Am I worried? Absolutely chuffing not. And I'll tell you why. Your day of sugar, this is the average adult, it's 90 grams a day, 630 grams a week of sugar. Last week, I had 599 grams of sugar, 31 grams under the recommended daily allowance of sugar for the week. The week before, I had 664, 30 above. Nice and even, 630. Yeah. The week before that, 613. I did track then because it was Christmas. The week before that, 525. The week before that, 592. The week before that, 667. The week before that, 567. The week before that, 508. The week before that, 524. The week before that, 670. The week before that, 602. The week before that, 611. The week before that, didn't track. I must have been on holiday. Or the week before that, 770. Dun, dun, dun. 600 the week before that. 430 the week before that. 560 the week before that. See what I mean? You add all that up, 20 weeks worth of sugars, and divide it, it'll be under 630. Did I have some weeks high? Yeah. Did I have some weeks quite low? Yeah. Right. So we've just got to stop panicking. We've got to stop panicking. When you eat that bowl of fruit, think about all that fiber you're getting. Think about all that vitamin C that you're getting in there, the vitamin D that's in there. Actually, vitamin D is more fat soluble, but you certainly get a lot of vitamin C in your fruit. Your minerals, your fiber, that's what you should. Don't worry about it. Right now, look, you end up going for a blood test to the doctor. Like, oh, I think your blood, you might need to watch this, and the cause of this could be high sugar intake, a diet. Do you know what the worst thing is for sugar? Do you know what the most detrimental thing is to our health is a diet that's high in sugar? So I'm talking if you're averaging well over 630 grams a week. Brush your teeth. That's the worst thing. That is the worst thing. Dentists will have a go at you. Dentists will have a go at you. Other than that, you're all good. Enjoy it. Yeah. Right. That's me. People say track cows to everything. Do you still track fruit and veg? Absolutely. Absolutely. Obviously, you've got to take it with a little bit of, yeah, I always track my fruit. I do track my veggies. The only thing I'm a bit iffy at tracking is salad. If I'm having like a couple of slices of cucumber and a bit of lettuce on the butty, I don't track that. But tonight I've had potatoes, carrots, peas, sweet corn on my roast dinner. Track the lot. Yeah, track the absolute lot. Right, guys, we're going to go to bed. I'm going to bed. Right. It's been a pleasure as always. If you want to go tab of my link tree, by the way, is an inquiry form. So if you want to touch base with me first, someone's just sent over an inquiry form, actually. Let's see who sent over an inquiry. I'm not going to read your name out. Don't panic if you've sent over an inquiry form. Spinach. I wouldn't wait. Do you know what I do with spinach? Right? Literally, it goes nowhere, doesn't it? So what I do with certain veggies is like, so I don't weigh out my broccoli, because broccoli comes in a 200 gram packet, and I roughly go, that's half, so that's 100 grams. And then when I have the other half, I just track that as 100 grams. The half that I track as 100 grams, the first half might be 120, and the second half might be 80 because I'm not splitting that evenly. It doesn't matter. The whole pack's 200 grams. I've eaten 200 grams. Spinach is the same. It comes in like 250 gram bags. So if you go into that and you have a handful of spinach 3 times, then it's 250 divided by 3, and each handful is going to be like 75, 80, 85 grams of spinach. And spinach is literally like 4 calories. Do you know what I mean? It's like tins of beans. If I'm having half a tin of beans, I don't weigh out half a tin of beans. I guesstimate half a tin in the pan and eat it. And then 2 days later, I'll have the other half. So I'll track 200 grams of beans, 200 grams of beans. Right now, by me guesstimating the first lot of beans, I might have put 250 in. And then when I go to get my second portion of beans, it might only be 150. Doesn't matter. You know, if I have 250 one day and 150 the other day, if it's tracked as 200, 200, it's still 400 grams of beans. It's still a tin of beans. Yeah. How many times can you say beans? Right. Audience. Oh, brilliant. I say, oh, brilliant. Why I say oh brilliant is my email software has changed and I can't where's my inbox? Found it. Oh, Neil sent a contact form. Let's have a look. I'm not going to read it out. Let's have a right. Nice. Okay. Cool. So Neil that was on the live for, he's just sent over a consultation form. I'm not going to tell you what he's written. It's private. But I will get back to Neil now. So if anyone wants to send over a consultation form, guys, ping ping it over now. And I'll get back to you now. All right. Right. Facebook. Do you know what? I'm going to sign off to Facebook and YouTube first. I always sign off to you guys second. I'm going to sign off to you first, and then we'll say bye to TikTok. Right, Facebook, YouTube. When am I back? Well, tomorrow morning. Tuesday, isn't it? I was thinking it was Wednesday tomorrow. All right, back tomorrow morning. 8:30. I'll be sat here. 8:30 morning. I'll see you then.